on the 94, 95, and MJ wouldn't have left. But, people don't realize how good Dream was and how competitive Vernon Maxwell was.
Why not? I mean, Kenny said y'all would have handled him. And, what was your thoughts? Obviously, you have an understanding and you won a lot. Those are some tough Bulls teams, but y'all was tough too. So.
We were tough. But this is why I know we would have won it, because I played for Phil. And I go back to this 2006 season. 2004 season when we were playing San Antonio, and I had to guard Tim. Tim gave me 36 a night. I'm begging for man, y'all give me a fucking double team, because Tim started facing me up and doing stuff that I had never seen before. I said, I need a double team. And Phil was like, and one man won't beat us. I mean, damn, he won't one man beat us. He's killing me right now. And so he double teamed. I said, and with that same mentality, I know it wouldn't change the Dream. And you think about this, and I'm looking back at everybody that they had on that Bulls team. I know I'm a better defender than all them dudes, and I know Dream is better than Tim. So they wouldn't be able to stop Dream. I said, okay. And I feel like the young Rob would have been competitive enough to stop Scotty. And so I figured that's why we would have won it. And then you got, everybody said, what about the Black Jesus? I mean, MJ. Look at the way Vernon played. I'm telling you.
Vernon didn't back down from nobody.
I'm telling you. Watch Vernon play. Vernon would give you 30 to 40. One of the craziest athletes you would ever see play this game. But because of his craziness being Mad Max, people don't talk about it or even view what he did or how good he was.
I want to take us back in time a little bit to 94, 95. I believe you guys would have beat Jordan 94, 95 to win those championships. Please tell me I'm right.
I believe, Stephen, you're shaking your head, but the greatest player.
No,
what
they're going to do with Hakeem.
The greatest player ever is Michael Jordan. Let's not even debate that. But the one thing that everyone forgets, first of all, he was wearing number 45 the year that they lost, and he was actually in the league. People forget that, but they were just too small. No Horace Grant. He was in Orlando. Dennis Rodman was still in San Antonio. That's why they lost to Orlando Magic, and we would have done the same thing. The team that they lost to 4-2, we swept. I just don't think that team. Jordan wasn't the best player. That wasn't the best team. So if they didn't keep Horace Grant or they didn't get a Dennis Rodman with Michael, they would have been too small on the inside, and we perimeterized. I don't think they would have won 8 straight because of that.
Okay, well, let me say this to you, because both you and Dominique being a little bit slick here, okay? Because obviously, since they lost to Orlando after he came back for final 17 regular season games, then they went in the first round and lost to Orlando in the semifinal. We understand that team would not have beaten y'all. I guess what I'm thinking when the question is asked about y'all winning the title in 94, 95, I'm thinking along the lines of, had Jordan not retired and you went against those teams, that's what I was thinking about. Of course, you would have beat
those
teams
teams,
that lost to Orlando.
I will say this. Those teams were great. The first 3 championships, most people don't know this, but
that's what I'm talking
it's regular season. But we were 6-1 against them in 3 years. We only lost 1 game to them in 3 years because they really had to double team every time. One of the things Phil Jackson did not want to do, he doesn't like in double teaming. And Hakeem would go crazy. And then by the end, third quarter, they'd be like, all right, let's go double him. And then splash, splash, splash. So we just matched up. Michael Jordan's the greatest player ever, but I don't think he would have won 8 straight. That's it. I just don't think he would have won 8 straight. I think he would have won. If they had Dennis Rodman or they kept Horace Grant, maybe different story.
Well,
but without those 2 guys, no way.
95 in between your 6 rings. And we know those were won in seasons Michael Jordan playing full, but former Rocket, current TNT analyst Kenny Smith said his teams would have beaten your Bulls teams even if you had MJ. Wow, he went for it here.